And welcome back to Journey, as we continue on our way towards the mountain.
I do like um when you're working with co-op, your partner's ping can actually refreshes your scarf.
I know, thank God.
So
Now,
like it said, but it doesn't refresh your scarf. So you have to cooperate with each other in order to keep flying. Which, if you coordinate well enough, you can speed run this game like nothing else.
so my question is it possible? Because I could have, because every time I've played this game, because I have played this game about probably 2 more times after this recording, every time I've tried to.
My favorite section. Sorry, this is my favorite section of the game because of the sand surfing.
I do love this part.
You would like some of the stuff in Nier Automata, then.
You know, it's
I'm
bad
already impressed
though.
with the sand surfing.
Sometimes I really can't tell which one's me during this.
That happened to me.
Oh,
That
DC,
happened to
what
me.
were you saying?
In the early reaches, like right before the mission, before you, when you're exploring the desert, like right before you encounter Adam. Like that desert area, I love sand surfing there. Anyways,
Oh, and Nier. I've gotten that far.
So what were you saying, John?
No, I just said that, like, you know, sometimes I lose track of myself. But
Oh no, right
now,
before
now,
that.
now, is it possible? Now, let's say we did get, like, let's say it's me and you playing this game online, and we could somehow, you know, get it to manipulate the thing to where we could play together throughout the whole game. Can you go through the entire game together? Because there have been every time I've played this game, it stops it at one point. And it's right before you go to the underwater level. Or what's supposed to be there.
When I played, I kept my partner up until a certain point in which I know there's trying to remember because I believe there was a scripted part. There is a scripted part where he gets separated.
Well, mainly every time that it's happened to me, whenever we get separated, it's because either their game apparently is still loading the cutscene, or it's just not continuing. Also, I know I said last part I love this game's visuals, but I also really fucking love the soundtrack.
Yes.
Really love the soundtrack. Not as good as Flower. Not as good as Flower, though, to me. Personally. But it's still really good.
Whee!
Like, there's just so much attention to detail in this game, like with just the animations too that are just freaking amazing. You know, and it really does go with what Pat said at the beginning of last part, that this game really is sometimes very hard to commentate on because it's one of those, like, you just need to take everything in, you know?
I mean, to be fair, there's, in a way...
It's actually a reason I've been very quiet, because...
Yeah, in a way, a lot of games are not made for, like, Let's Playing and that, because the concept is still pretty recent.
Well, no, see, there's a game made for, any game can be...
Like, in the past,
not
there's,
every-
like, accidental, Let's Play...
Let me rephrase that. Some games are not meant for Let's Plays, because, you know, there's, because of the structure for Let's Plays, but with commentary, I believe any game can be commentated on because of the fact that, unlike...
So when we do a Nekapara...
Okay,
that has other reasons for no.
Yeah, any game can be commentated
I'd
on.
love to riff on it.
Any game can be commentated on, whether or not it'd be legal for us to do it.
Yeah, I don't want to get on an FBI watch list.
Yay, Scarf Extension. But no,
I love this part.
Like, any game can be, with commentary, any game works for it because, unlike a Let's Play where you're encouraged to sort of stay on topic.
I say personally, I don't think visual novels really translate that well, because as much as I would love to do 999,
we'd be bored to tears.
Well, no, that's the thing. We can talk about it, the thing is,
Yeah,
with
but that's the kind of thing that you really need to experience that game. Like with Journey, I mean, we can talk over this and it's fine, you know, because even though it really is
the
just
thing about
walking
commentary is it kind of has the end of it can be either, a proper playthrough or it could just be a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like it.
Also, I think we're at the out of bounds region of this area. That's what we're trying to do.
Yeah. So like any game, not every game. Not every game works for like a let's play where you're encouraged because you're playing the game at the same time. You have to sort of divide your concentration and as well as you're encouraged to be on topic. With the commentary, especially like a group commentary, you can just go nuts with the tangents and just talk about the game, shoot the shit.
You see,
especially a game like this is where tangents would be encouraged. Because, talking about things that are tangential to, topics pertaining to the game or to an extent.
no, John. If you just keep trying, you'll find the secret oasis.
My point exactly. Like this, that's something you can do with a commentary. Just discuss, shoot the shit.
Yeah, I wanted to make the
actually,
joke, but I was like, I don't want to get it. I want to get DC mad because he'll bitch at me for interrupting when I'm just trying to make a one-time joke.
So actual question.
I kid.
How many wanderers can you journey together with?
But anyways, sorry. I was just cutting you off. My bad. What were you saying, John?
I was just saying, just out of curiosity, how many wanderers do you know can you travel with?
As far as I know, only one other.
Because I think I've done it once where we had three.
Like one at a time, as far as I know. But if you were to stop
so we didn't activate this thing here. Well, at least I don't know. I could have sworn that we sequence braked up to this tower.
You did. Because you went around instead of going straight. But no, like you can pair up with one wanderer, but every time you start a new game, you can be paired up with a different one. And the game does keep track of everyone you've come across. So if you do 3 sessions and coming across 3 wanderers, it'll tell you all 3 that you're running into.
Yeah, and I don't know if I show that off in this in this recording. Not due
I was
to
about
like
to
me.
ask, do you do the courtesy of showing off your fellow wanderers?
I think I may have accidentally cut it short because when I was editing this game, I was trying to find the right places to cut was really important to me because I really wanted this commentary to be, or this editing process to be as as clean and efficient as possible. Like this is one of the very rare playthroughs that I've recorded that there is no jokes in this entire playthrough.
I was about to say, if you put a joke in this, I would have been pissed.
I mean, that wouldn't stop me, honestly, but, really, this is one of those few cases where, I joke around. I really like coming off as kind of like a satirical jackass. I mean, I'm not going to deny that.
I mean, that's fair.
But at the same time, I love it when we get to be serious about stuff,
Yeah.
It's kind of
like... This game is one where you would not want to sort of ruin the emotion that it's trying to do.
Yeah, because this is sort of a calming sort of thing. If the game is trying to be trying to be depressing, you can make jokes if you really don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, if the game is trying to invoke a certain emotion, that's if it is.
Now, this is my favorite section in the entire game.
Oh no, the way I see it is
this is my favorite theme in the game.
You see, here's the way I see it. If it's trying to do to invoke a certain feeling and it's not doing a very good job, jokes are. If it's failing at it, well.
Oh yeah, and I think I missed the thing. I missed that because you are on a straight path here.
Yeah, you're on rails, but no.
Also, Sonic Adventure 1 says hi.
You missing that, but also I noticed your partner's your fellow wanderer's scarf is one segment longer because of the fact that
because he got the one at the chapter select. I get it.
Sorry, I just wanted to rub that in one last time because now that's gonna actually bug me. I have no idea how to get that scarf piece.
Well, you're about to find out because guess what? I do get it.
Okay.
or I know I have gotten it, but I've always used like the second Wanderer to get it, because we're gonna use that trick where we kept extending each other's scarves, and as wrong as that sounds on paper,
Penis
dicks.
Dicks.
But
but Pat, sort of like I guess one where it kind of thinly draw the line was like in Octopath, where you guys were taking the riff of the scene with Yusufa. You know what I'm talking about?
Which scene is that again?
I still need to play the demo.
Very end of Primrose.
Oh yeah,
Right
where
before the
you were
boss.
fighting Vince McMahon.
Right before. You know, like where when Yusufa when Helganish kills Yusufa. Like you guys were taking the piss
Oh yeah,
out of it. That's
DC.
sort
When,
of like, I mean, that's right on the line that I draw.
Well, I mean, to
Hey,
be fair, we're supposed to be talking.
hey DC,
Yeah,
where,
but you guys were taking piss, like an emotional scene. You guys are just going like, friends forever.
Look, if,
hey DC,
No,
when does
I get what
Octopath
you mean,
Traveler
I get
come
what you
out?
mean. Like if for you it fails, I mean, yeah, you're taking the piss out of it. But I don't know. For me, there's a very fine line for it. Like if it fails, even if it fails, you still have to kind of give it credit for trying.
well, that scene didn't fail. We just had nothing to say.
Fair.
But that was
But
a
you get
different
what-
thing.
Hey
but
DC,
you
when
get
does
what I mean,
Octopath
though?
Traveler come out?
Huh?
When does Octopath Traveler come out?
July 13.
Okay. I just know you've been
And
posting
it's-
a lot of shit about it recently.
But
because they've been doing a lot of updates. Like
Oh yeah, and I see my fellow Wanderer over there, and I'm like, get your ass over here,
It's
let's
like-
get up there.
massive credits to the Octopath team. They've been doing a lot of putting in a lot of effort to address things that were brought up in the survey back in October, and a lot of just trying to make sure it is a damn perfect game.
it's like whenever
AKA, it's what every other developer should be doing as well.
it's like I know I didn't
Oh,
really
that-
do it that well because I was still kind of getting my bearings, but for Until Dawn, I made jokes about whenever characters would die because I couldn't give a fuck about them.
Well, that's different.
You're taking the
That's-
piss out of the characters. Yeah, but I mean, well,
They're trying to get you to feel something.
You
at
had
times.
some good joke. Well, I mean, until
Oh no! I fully admit that I had bad jokes.
like yeah, you had some good jokes, and then you just got way too carried away.
I mean, hey! You have to give me credit for shut the fuck up and the hashtag marathon.
Yes.
Okay, there you go, DC. That's how you get that. Actually, I don't know if in multiplayer, if you get one of the things, if your partner gets it too.
Nope. You both have to get it. Or it's individual, separate.
Also, like just like the first ending attempt whenever like the three people died. I liked all three of them. Actually, she only wanted Chris's D.
That's a game. That's a game
I
to
believe
say I
there
still haven't
is an
played.
achievement if you go through all of the pillars. I believe it's in the section where where you're on rails. Like in the section where you're on rails, if you go through each of the arches, it's an
We're talking about this game, right? Not Until Dawn. Just
Yeah.
make sure I'm right. Okay. Well, okay then. Okay, again, Sonic Adventure says hi.
I was about to
but-
sing the first notes of "Be Cool, Be Wild, Be Groovy."
And you can't go back for that one, can you?
No.
You're on rails.
I
for
mean,
this one
you
again?
really don't need it. I mean, at this point, my flight is already long enough to where I don't need to worry about it.
For me, I like especially like I definitely tried to go for as many as I could.
Well, I mean, it's useful in the beginning
oh my
areas.
god! Sorry, like right there, like when you're turning the camera, the reflect. Oh, it's
so good.
good.
So good.
So gorgeous.
Well, I was gonna say there's a moment later in the game, where actually it's like right after all the desert stuff is when your flying scarf honestly doesn't mean jack shit.
Well, it's
it's
also
when
your
you're-
life counter.
Are you sure? I've never died in this game.
You can die.
I
in
know you can
2
die, but
sections.
I've never
Two
done it.
sections, it represents your life counter.
It's never happened. No. There was
life bar. Sorry, not life counter. Health bar.
There was one time that did happen to me, but I don't think it was during this recording session. It was It's in the level- it's-
when actual enemies show up. That scarf is your life bar. This is so fucking gorgeous.
Hey, we need a journey too, okay?
If you mean something
wait,
like
what?
this, I think Abzu does that plenty.
It doesn't do this level of like I'm specifically talking about the reflections. Like, oh god, this is so fucking gorgeous. Abzu comes close though, but it goes for more darks and shades.
One game
Because it's underwater, it goes for more of the opposite effect. Like this is emulating like the sun glistening on the sands. Like that is fucking gorgeous. Abzu goes for more shades to emphasize sort of the depths of the ocean.
Yeah, it's this area up here is where I always lose my co-op partner. Because it's the level afterwards, and I think we're just kind of looking around and stuff. By the way,
I think I kept my partner up till the very end actually.
I would love to go up the mountain with a partner. That'd be awesome.
Huh?
At the
Oh,
very end of the game. The mountain.
Yeah.
I'd hate to have a scarf that long.
Oh, dude, I've seen people cosplay
Ted
as the
says
Wanderer.
Ted's scarf is not that long.
It is, dude.
It's not. It's just a normal scarf, dude.
It's actually longer than one. I've seen that scarf.
So have I.
So have I.
Anyway, this
Shut
is
up.
where in the story, for like a better word, the technology that so the red paper looking things that we've been using is more or less, I want to say, like their source of power, and this is where these new creatures started coming in. Either that or the technology started becoming a bit too rampant, and this is where things start really going to shit. These things actually really creep me out, honestly.
The enemies
Like-
you're about to encounter. Yep.
I didn't even know that there were enemies in this game.
Yeah.
Well,
but
nobody.
it's,
Nobody like talks about it in depth.
It is terrifying, dude.
either they sit cross-legged, or in this guy's case, he just stopped. So like I'm like walking, because I want to keep him with me. And he just sits back down. Come on. Oh.
Aw.